I think everything looks good right now, except one thing, and that is the node tree for our material here. It's a mess and we need to clean it. And this is a good time to clean it, because now we have all the base things in here except the rust and perhaps some dripping from the refueling of the lantern. But other than that, we have most things in here. So before we continue, I will do some cleaning, and I think I will do it in 2 sessions. So in this first session, it's mostly to add all the parameters in the correct node groups, and in the next session I will then remove a lot of nodes and so on. But to be able to work in an easy way here, I would like to take away these windows here. So I just drag this out here, and I drag this down here, and I press N to have a bigger window here, and now we have it. So what I normally do, as I said, is that I try to place all these mystical numbers in the correct places so we know what it is. Because right now it's nothing. It's just a color. What type of color is this? Why do we use it? Here's one. Here's a 0.6. Why should we have it? We don't know. At this moment we might know, because we have recently built this node tree, but in a week or so it will be totally forgotten. So it's really vital that we go through everything and see what we can do. So if we start with this color here, what could that be? Well, easiest is to follow the factor here, because we have one color that comes from the color material, so it's not that, it's the other one. So it must be controlled by something, and that is the factor. And if we follow that, we come to the dust here. So obviously this is the dust color, and then it should be in the dust node group. So we press Ctrl C to copy, then go to dust, press tab and press Ctrl V. Now you don't see anything, but it's there. It's just that you have to scroll out a bit to find it. There we have it. And after that we can find the dust color here, and we just drag from color 2 in here. And if we now look, pressing N here to see everything, if we now look at the color 2, you can see that the value for the color is already here. So we don't have to remix or find the color again, because we use this old here. So we just dragged it, got the color, and all we have to do now is rename it. So I call this the dust color. So we have that in, and then we can just drag from the dust color into the group output here. And we have no use for this anymore. I can take it away. And it might look strange that we have the same input-output without any calculations between, but it's just to organize things. And if we in the future want to add stuff in here, then it's good to have it. Okay, then I just press tab again, and we have the dust color, and we just drag it out here. And yes, we get more lines at the moment, but we need more lines to get fewer lines later on. So now we have fixed that. And here we have another strange value. It only says 0.168, and we don't know anything about it, because it only says value out here, so we have no clue at all. If I then follow the line here, we can see we come to this add here, and this add goes to this add, and this add goes to roughness. Okay, so this has something to do with roughness to do, and but it's not dust, because dust comes from here, but it's adding the dust roughness to something. And if you remember, we did the dust as the second thing after we have done the color material. So we need to add the roughness into the color material. That is where we have it from the beginning. So we add this value into the color material by selecting it, pressing Ctrl C, select the color material, pressing tab, and then press Ctrl V, scroll out a bit so you can find the value here, and then add it as base roughness to our material here. So we drag from the value here up here, change this to base roughness, and then we know that this is the roughness in, and we take that value out, so we just drag it from the base roughness right into the group output, and we can call that roughness. So you select it as an output and then write roughness there, and now we don't need this one and can take it away, and then press tab, and now it's clear that this is the roughness. So put it in, and even if we come here for like a month in the future or something, we now know that this is the roughness. So we have some roughness here, we have some roughness here. Okay, so what more do we have? Yes, we have some color here, and let's see, that is not interesting. Color 1, it comes from the factor, and the factor comes from the dirt. So this is the dirt color. So we add the dirt color in here by same way. So select the mix, press Ctrl C, and then select the dirt, and then press tab, and press Ctrl V, scroll out a bit, and yes, we have it up here. And now we just add that color 1, which is the dirt color, into the group input. We change the name to something that we understand, which could be dirt color. Not so hard to understand. And then group output will be the same, so we just drag it all the way to the output, and then we get the name dirt color here, and we have done our job and can take away this by pressing delete and then press tab, and now we can drag from the dirt color into color 2, or also color 1, and then we know that this is the dirt color that comes from here. So now it's easy for us to know in the future. So that is fixed. Then we have this value, and this value is the value that we get if we take away the color, and so it's the metallic color that we have here. So where should we put it? I think we can put it in the color material, but we call it for metallic color here. So take Ctrl C on this one, then go to color material, press tab, Ctrl V, far out we had it there, and it should be the bright here, that is the metallic color, so we drag it here, and we call this metallic color, like that. And then we know that it's the metallic color, so we can just take it away from here and put it right into the group output and take away this one. We can also order this in another way, so have the metallic color selected, then arrow up, so then we have color 1, color 2, metallic color. We can do the same here, so metallic color, and then arrow up, and then we have color, metallic color, and that looks okay. And then we can press tab and we can get out, and now we have a long line to drag from the metallic color in our color material here. So from this one to this color here. So all that way we drag right over everything right now. So now we know what type of value we have there as well. What do we have more that we need to add in? We have a value of 0.105 that is connected to the metallic. There is only one line going to the metallic right now, and that is from easy to reach. So we don't have anything else. So what we could expect this to be is like a base value from the color material here to control the metallic, because we use like metallic paint, so we sheet a bit with the metallic value here. So just add that to the color material would be the correct way to do. So we select this one, press Ctrl C, then control color material, press tab, control V, and somewhere here we have it, and it's this value that we then put in here, and we can change this value to like metallic parameter. So then we know that this is metallic, and we just drag it to the output as well. So right out to the metallic here and take away this, and now we know that this is the metallic parameter. So now we can press tab, and here we see where we have it. So we just take the metallic parameter in here. So now we have those two in. Good. So now it's mostly we have some few more here. We have something called 0.6 that adds to the roughness if I just follow the lines here, and it comes from this here. So it's like a roughness parameter that goes in here, so we can use that. It's 0.6 here that is then connected to this. That means, and it's a multiply. That means that we can multiply the value already in here and don't have to have this outside. So we can do that directly. So I just press Ctrl C, then select this one, and I then press tab, and we press Ctrl V, and we scroll out and find it up here. And now the value that we put in is the lower value. So we put that in here, but instead of value, we call it, let's see, it was roughness, I think. So I'm not sure. I go out again and check. 0.6, that was going to this, that was going to this. Yes, it was the roughness. So into easy to reach again, it was the roughness. So then we change this to roughness. And what we did with that was that we took the value that we got from here, added it, multiplied it with the in value, and got an out value that then was the roughness. So we can change this to roughness as well. Like that. And to be sure that it's never above 1, we can clamp it. So then we know that this roughness will be something between 0 and 1 out. And then we can press tab, and now we don't need this one, because now we have all the values in the roughness here, not in the factor, in the roughness, and we can just take the roughness all the way to the add here and take away this completely. So now we only have 2 parameters in here, one going from here, and then we have the other one here. So then that one is cleared up as well. And what we had, do we have anything more here? Let's see. What is this? Invert. It's dust that goes to clear coat. So, and that is the only value that goes to clear coat, what I can see. So what we have with this is it's inverted, which means that if we have dust, that would be a white, I believe, then it goes in and it goes black, and we don't get any clear coat. So that means that we take away all the clear coat as soon as we have dust. And yes, we can use that. I think I will do some changes on that later on, but just now we can do a new value out of this and take that away and put it in here. So I just do a copy of this, Ctrl C, go to dust, press tab, press Ctrl V, and then I go out and I find it here, and we used the value from the output here and put that here, and we can put that in here as not a color but as a white or black value instead. So we use a convert here as well. So I press Shift A, converter RGB to black and white like this, because that is more correct to have a gray dot out. and I put that in here and I call that value for clear coat. So we have that. And then we can press tab again, and that means that I now have a new one that's called clear coat, and we can drag that all the way to clear coat here. So drag it from here to here, and that, see so we get the correct. Take away the invert, and now I can drag clear coat to clear coat. Yes, now it worked. So we don't have that invert, and now we have the clear coat already in this one. So now that is away. And then we have all these scratches here. We use, let's see, we use the easy to reach edges into this and do a multiply here, and then we have this. So what we can do is we can take all of these and say that all of these are like scratches. So I just press Ctrl G to create a new node group, and that group has an input, but that input could be called mask. Just mask. So then we know it's mask for scratches, and the value out can be called factor, so FAC for that one. And we don't have to do much more for that. We just press tab and we change this into something called scratches, and we can do a lot of stuff on that later on. But then we got rid of all those, and we have an input here that we can use, so it will be a lot easier to work with. Okay, do we have more values here? It looks like we have cleared most things up right now, because now it's, yeah, it looks like most things are cleared up here. Now we have values in the bump here and in the bump here. We could put them in directly into every node group as well, but I think we do that in the next chapter. So now we have sorted everything, but we still have a big mess here, and in the next session then we will get rid of this mess, so it will be easy to work with later on. But now we anyway know where all the values comes from, so I think it's a good way now to save what you have done, and then we continue in the next session. So I say bye for now.